Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. So, we're continuing our playthrough of Trails Through Daybreak. We're going to continue playing through Chapter 4 here. I did do some stuff, and I totally forgot to record it, but all I did was, optimize my gear, talk to a couple NPCs, find out that Albert, Agnes' classmate, likes to lie about his age and sneak into adult films, so just saying. Albert's kind of a dirtbag, and now we get to hold that over his head, so that'll be totally fun. But what we're going to do is, this is obviously nighttime in Edith, so we're going to, I think this is a side quest right here, so we're going to be able to knock this out, which will give us enough connection event points to do all 4 connection events. We'll knock those out in this episode, and then I would assume we would get to go over to Basel. So let's go ahead and check this out here, see what's going on with these characters. Who do these guys think they are? Chill out, Downey. I get how you feel, but shouting's doing nothing for us. Oh, but I'm not letting them get away with this. Not with our street racer pride on the line. Seconded. We should take our chance while we can. What's going on here? Van, guess I could let you know. Oh, this is, what's his name? The guy that owns the car shop. It's his daughter. There's this bunch of street racers causing trouble for us ever since they turned up in the capital. They're taunting us, I tell you. They drive like madmen around town just to get on our nerves. I ran my car into a guardrail thanks to their idiot faces. Idiot faces is not an adequate substitute for that phrase or whatever. Just thinking about it gets me angry all over again. The hand-me-down I got from Downey got trashed real bad too. Dude, she had to be sent to the body shop. How can we let loose and enjoy a sweet drive with them tearing it up around town? Yeah, they sound pretty bad. Who are we dealing with here? They call themselves the High Bloods. There's 4 of them and they all come from Arasion. They used to stick to their turf, but they recently started moving here. They're all rich kids, obviously, and their cars are really souped up. What's more, their leader, Lucio, is the grandson of Etwas's current company president. Are these similar kids to the douchebag dudes from Crossbell? Then Azure that moved in were causing problems. He's got a modded Etwas sports car. Ain't no slouch as a driver either. Last we raced, he passed me by like I was just crawling through the street. Can you believe that? Hold up, you said it was the Etwas president's grandson? Man, that sucks. Last thing you need is someone related to the company's top brass being a douche. And he's not the worst of it. There's another that's even more reckless driver. That's an even more reckless driver. His name's Damien, and he styles himself as their main fighter. He's all cocky, taunting us from his bike just because he can take tighter turns than any of our cars. He's the one that did my baby in. I'll never forgive that guy. Never. He thinks he's better than us car drivers, does he? So what do you plan to do about these guys? Surely you're not just going to let them keep running wild. Definitely not. We've tried warning them over and over to stop behaving like this, but it's fallen on deaf ears. Since they're not heeding warnings like that, I tried talking to Lucio directly. Only thing he said was, if you want us to leave, you'll have to best us in a race. We're actually on our way to the race right now. I guess my timing's just that good. You could say that. There's 4 of them, but me and Graham are the only ones with rides right now. And that's not even counting car specs and driving ability. Hate to admit it, but it's stacked and not in our favor. But we can't just give up. Yeah, better to lose outright than to flake out on them and just lose by default. Not like we're hoping to lose, though. We're not backing down until they're in the ground. Wish us luck. I don't want to sit back and let a bunch of rich kids wreak havoc in Edith. Maybe I could lend them a hand here. Absolutely. It's just like Fast and Furious. This is our problem to deal with. Wouldn't be right to drag you into it. Hard disagree. This goes beyond just you. It involves all car lovers now. As a fellow driver myself, I can't just stand back and let a bunch of punks with no sense for safe driving screw my home up. I want to teach them a lesson. Haha, now that's what we'd like to hear. Don't see why he can't join. Why not let him? Alright, thanks Van. You're really saving our butts here. You might honestly be the best help we could have got. I respect you a lot, man. Thanks for saying so. That still leaves the problem of dealing with Damien, though. I'm no biker, so I'm not going to be able to help there. Not so sure how we're going to deal with that. Is that a real word? Is that a real word? I'm not saying that, because the last thing I need is me to say it and then someone like clips it a certain way and it sounds bad. That's all for today then. Now back to my bike. Oh, the delivery driver girl, yeah. Why are all of you gathered here? Your timing couldn't be any better. Got some free time on your hands? Huh? I mean, I'm done for the day, so I guess I do. I love how she's just always wearing a helmet. So you're going to be racing them to teach them a lesson? Would really help if we had a biker of your skill level on our team. What do you say? You up for it? Sure, I'll join your team. Teaching a naughty rider how to behave sounds like fun. I'll make sure they think twice before causing trouble in the capital again. Glad to see you so fired up for this. I really appreciate you agreeing too. Now it feels like we have a fighting chance. It's going to be a proper 4v4 race. Now all that's left is leaving them in the dust. Anyway, clock's ticking. Let's get going to the meeting spot. You ready to go? Let's roll.
Okay, time to get to work.
This is pretty cool. This is like Fast and the Furious. I know I've said that already, but like this is just, I don't know. This is something I've really liked about this game, and really all the Trails games, to be honest, is their variety in the side quests. Like there's just, you never really know what you're doing. It's one of the things I appreciated when I was playing the Sky games. I was like, it feels like I'm doing something new every side quest. It's not the typical like, go fetch this item, go fight these monsters, and you have your monster extermination quest, but like, you know, then you're like rescuing cats, then you're like rescuing people. It's just, it's cool. It's really cool. Something I really appreciate about this series. Supposed to meet face to face right here first. Need to cue the Tokyo Drift music. Did you look at that? That's a heck of a ride. A lot of Merowyn to customize in her. This ain't gonna be an easy race. Hello and good evening, street racers. I'm impressed you didn't just turn tail and run. So you really showed up, High Bloods. I don't recognize those two. Well, thanks to your biker, our cars are in the shop. So I figured I'd call in some help. Look at these small fry. At least try and make this fun for us, alright? What? I dare you to say that again. Downey's all kinds of fired up now. Better watch out. I just recognize his name as like, it's probably Hades. But it's pronounced like Hyades? Hyades? It's probably Hades. Now I think it's time we reintroduced ourselves. We're the High Bloods, a team composed exclusively of those who are elites, even among the elite. Pleasure. You know, I completely forgot until you said the name, but I heard about the High Bloods a few years back. Heard they were nothing but a bunch of pampered rich kids, kind of like you. Ah, you must be referring to our predecessors. They apparently disbanded after doing a tour. Okay, so it is the same, like, alliance people, whatever. Now their name is ours. Huh. Is there some specific reason behind inheriting their name? Indeed there is. While we don't approve of the way they love drinking, women, and gambling. As a former nobility, we identify with how they valued their chosen bloodlines that gave them power and wealth. It is only fitting that we consider ourselves the true High Bloods. Former nobility, eh? Been a while since I've heard anyone call themselves that. You don't hear that kind of thing around here much. It's because they're from Arassian? Up until the noble institution was abolished during the Calvardian Revolution, Arassian was the royal capital. Shame that even after decades have gone by, there's still old fossils that can't throw away their elitist crap. How dare you! Lucio's family line was a great noble house that had the trust of even the royal family. It's fine, it doesn't bother me. Commoners could never hope to understand our noble thoughts. What I cannot forgive, however, is that you people don't know your place. You insist on getting in our way. You're nothing but an eyesore to us on our drives, and that's why we're going to make you leave the capital streets. You got a lot of nerve. It's a riot that you think causing trouble for folks with your reckless driving is a way to have fun. As street racers, how could we hand these streets to you when you lack basic manners or compassion? Just what are you getting yourself all worked up over, commoner? Just look at you and your stupid custom ride, cause you got no mirror to spend. You got no right to talk when you can't even bring out the true worth of your rides. Well, dang, you got a big mouth on you for such a little brat. If you know so much about the true worth of our rides, then why don't you teach me? Don't think we're just gonna take this sitting down. It's time we settle the score right here, right now. Yeah, get ready, High Bloods. I don't know why, but when he put his hand out, it made me think of Yu-Gi-Oh! And so now I'm just thinking like, duel. And you got Kaiba coming out and it's like, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then activating trap cards and stuff. Dude, what a show, what a anime Yu-Gi-Oh was. Drivers as reckless as you have got no right to call themselves street racers, so we're making this your last drive. It would appear we have 4 vehicles each, so how about we race one-on-one? When you are ready, we'll leave for the expressway. Don't disappoint us. So with their street racer pride on the line, the curtain to their fierce battle rose. After confirming the rules of each race one more time, each participant went right to work preparing their vehicles. Okay, let's decide who's going to race who. Think I could go up against the biker on their team? Sure thing, just ride safe, okay? Haha, but of course. So who's going to face Lucio? Could you leave him to me? It's my job as a leader to get revenge for Downey. I have to. Graham, this race is about you guys. Whatever it is you're thinking, I'm down. That being the case, you said it yourself. If you go as is, you're going to lose. He's like, Nani. Not even talking about your driving technique either. If we're going by specs, it's going to be real tough for you. But, and I hate to say this, my truck could handle his ride. I can promise you I won't lose. Van, alright, then Van will be racing Lucio instead. We're already borrowing your skills. We might as well be in it to win it. You got that right. I'll cut that spoiled brat down to size. Then I guess that means we'll handle Lucio's 2 flunkies. If I remember right, they both came here in Etwa sedans. By the way, I've seen that Roger guy up close and personal before. I think I've got a decent idea of how he operates. Yeah, I knew I could count on you. Then I'll take on the other guy, Tebow. Is it really Tebow? Tebow? Isn't that like a football player that did like the pose or something? I'm going to check out the audio real quick, just double checking it, making sure it sounds fine. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're good. Oh, Tim Tebow. It's Tim Tebow, yeah. Tim Tebow. Great, sounds like we're all squared away. Once we wrap up our fine-tuning, let's hit the road. We're rooting for you guys. Go kick some butt. And please, don't get hurt. Thanks, you guys. Promise we're going to beat those high bloods. With the matchups decided, everyone got in their cars and they were off to the races. The first round pitted Junifer against Tebow. Junifer's Lino sedan had the edge in traction due to the love and care she put into tuning it. As the race went on, she slowly but surely narrowed the gap between her and Tebow. However, her vehicle lacked the horsepower required to best his sedan, which boasted a roaring engine that ultimately led him to victory. I don't know why I'm talking like the Dragon Ball Z announcer, but he goes with it. For the next race, Graham stepped up to the plate, ready and willing to avenge Junifer. Graham's Inger was a lightning-fast sports car, but Roger's decked-out sedan was no slouch either. It was a close race with both cars being neck and neck from start to finish. In the end, Graham's powerful traction allowed him to emerge victorious by a hair's breadth. After that, it was time for the third round to commence. We're at 1-1 right now, so we don't have this in the bag just yet. But that just makes this all the more exciting. It'll be a cold day in hell before I lose to some pathetic courier lady. Get ready to choke on my dust. You stole my line. The starting line's up ahead. Time to get serious. Holy crap, look at her go. We can't even see her anymore. Eat that, loser. Afraid it's a little early to celebrate. That thing's acceleration isn't half bad, but its top speed doesn't hold a candle to my bike's. Specs aren't the only things that matter in a race, you know. On that point, you and I agree. That scumbag just rammed his handlebars against hers. Talk about dangerous. The fact that he pulled it off without losing his balance shows he's no amateur. It's still reckless, though. These guys are freaking crazy. Come on, I dare you to try and overtake me again. If you do, I'll hit your dingy little bike with everything I've got. Oh, what's the matter? Can't keep up? Or is your wimpy courier getting cold feet? There's less than 500 Arg until the finish line. Victory's as good as mine. This is the decisive moment. I can slow down, make him think I've given up, and speed past him when he least expects it. Or I can rev up right now and punch it. I don't know. What's the correct one? Slow down? I feel like if we slow down, then we're like losing too much ground, so I'm just gonna punch it. This is probably a bad idea, though. If I use that... No, I really don't want to pull that out here. Can't say I didn't see that coming. You're one stubborn lady. He's showing off what that Etwas bike is capable of. I don't think I can turn the tables on him. So I should have slowed down. They crossed the finish line at the same time. No, I think he was just barely ahead of her. Nice job. What happened? You were hesitating. I was, and unfortunately it cost me the race. Well, guess I'm up next. Go get him, Van, and knock the high bloods off their high horses. So for anyone else that's watching this and has played through this scene, let me know what happened if you picked the option for having her slow down and then speed up. He really did customize every part of that Etwas car, from the suspension to the spoiler. You must be daft if you think you can take me with that little girl's car. You slighted me with your hubris, and I will make you pay for it. There's more cars on the road now. Using the turbocharger would be way too risky. He swerved around those cars like it was nothing. Thankfully, all this traffic is preventing him from hitting his top speed, so I can keep up with him. Can't get too cocky here, though. He might not be on Maxim's level, but he's still a force to be reckoned with. He seems so sure of himself, too. I suppose it's up to me to put him in his place. But it's clear he has nothing. What a disappointment. We're approaching the point where the traffic from the Riverside District joins the expressway. This time of day, maybe I could. Looks like he couldn't keep pace with me. How pathetic. Someone forgot to take out yesterday's garbage. Why must there be so many of these infernal trucks on the expressway at night? What? Your lack of knowledge of the area is coming back to haunt you, bud. Caught up faster than I thought he would. Well, look at that. So you do have a modicum of skill. How do they hear each other? I'm just not thinking about, like, how do they hear each other? Do they hear each other? Too bad it's futile. That pile of scrap can't match my car's acceleration and speed. Might be able to secure victory if I use my turbocharger, but it'd be risky. Should I do it? Yeah. If I want to win this, I gotta pull out all the stops. Oh, snap. Did you really think I wouldn't have one of those too? Oh, crap. He's had to overtake me at the last dang stretch. And that's that. And the High Bloods win. Yo, we might be safe scumming. Alright, so here we're going to prioritize safety instead of using the turbocharger. Can't risk hurting anyone. I'll accept no less than an overwhelming victory. He's got a turbocharger? Don't use that here, it's too dangerous. Oh. Okay. Tried to warn you. Huh. And that's that. This race goes to us. Okay, so we did wind up winning both. Okay, so the correct option was to choose the safer options. You even surprised us. Seriously, way to go above and beyond. Sometimes things just work out, you know? But we really have Hermes and Van to thank for all this. It was the least I could do after you came up to me for help. It's a close shave, but hey, I gotta show off a little, so it's all good. So High Bloods, you're going to keep your promise, right? Curses! How could this have happened? Our machines were tuned to perfection. We were in peak racing condition. I'm sorry, Lucio, if only I'd gotten faster. I managed to win this time, but to be honest, I don't know how it'd turn out if we did a round 2. Never thought I'd run into a biker as wild as her. Here I was planning to run circles around her, but she ended up running circles around me instead. Dang, man. You guys, fine. As promised, we will come nowhere near the capital from this day forward. We'll also cover the repair costs for your 2 vehicles. Is this to your satisfaction, commoners? Got issues with your tone, but yeah, that works. Well, hey, that's pretty generous, actually. Maybe you're not as bad as I thought. Bro, is that all it takes to win you over? They're the reason our cars are all busted up. Well, now that all is said and done, it's time we return to Arassian. However, do not misunderstand. In no way have we recognized that our style of driving is worse than yours. When next we meet, you shall be met with overwhelming defeat. And may you never forget it. Yeah, just you wait and see. Next time I'm gonna blow your socks off. What if I don't wear socks? What if I'm wearing sandals? So what is all that supposed to mean? I guess they won't mess around here for a while, but they'll be back for revenge at some point? Why do they get to decide that? What was the point of this whole deal then? If only they were more honest with themselves. I'm glad things worked themselves out in the end, I guess. Well, it wouldn't have gone half as well if you and Hermes weren't here. There's no way this is the end of it, but for now, we've at least chased the high bloods off. Thanks for the help, you two. It's no biggie. I enjoyed myself, so it was worth it. Having my orbital bike skills proved useful. Right on.
That
So
takes
now we
care
know.
of that.
Now we know.
Looks good to me.
And we got 2 extra SP.
Reward deposited.
So that's great. Oh, and law and gray both just go up. Okay, so 1 doesn't wind up going up +2. It's just okay. Well, fair enough. All right, let's talk to some of these NPCs. Do we have enough, though, to do... We don't. Interesting. So is there another side quest? I guess there isn't one. Huh. Okay, well, let's talk to these guys real quick. Just gotta keep practicing. Gotta get my sweet ride back in business so we can get back on the road. Races with them were always real blood pumping. Okay. How does Dad over here feel about it? Should have told him to go easier on the gas. It's all fun and games until the cops show up. But oh well, ain't gonna go rain on their parade. Let them rip, I say. Okay, pretty cool Dad. Pretty cool Dad. So I guess what we might have to do then is kind of what we did in the last episode is save scum a little bit and check those out. So maybe we'll do that. Let me do a save here real quick and then we'll go and do that. Ordered meat buns for takeout. Sounds pretty good. Somewhere to sit and eat these bad boy... Huh? Stop crying. This wouldn't have happened if you hadn't wandered off like that, Mina. Hey, it's okay, you two. Everything's going to be fine, I promise. Want me to take you guys to the police station? I'm sure they'll help you. Really? Does that mean my brother and I will be able to go home? Absolutely. For all we know, Abi and Umi could be there waiting for you two already. Abi, Umi? What are those? Anyway, could you take us there? I don't know where to find it. Sure, no problem. Oh, I totally missed that. What did she say? It's not far away at all. We might even run into Ab or your parents on the way there. It's going to be a little bit of a walk. Will you be okay? I knew she said she would be hanging around here, but I didn't expect to find her helping out like this. She knows the city pretty well at this point, so there's probably nothing to worry about, but still. Better keep an eye just in case. Dude, Feri's such a cool character. This is the Sidon district. I got a little lost and took the long way around, though. What is that? It smells delicious. Hey, stop running off. Wait, that's not the way to the police station. Where are you going at this hour, young lady? It's a little late for children to be running around alone. Oh, don't worry about us. I'm just taking these lost kids to the police station. Alright then, just don't get lost, okay? I'm heading on home myself. Was he gonna do something? I'd be sweating for a second. Wait, what are they doing? That's the wrong way. Feri's sense of direction is about as good as Zoro's from One Piece at this point, it seems like. Not up to anything, we're just passing by, so could you please let us through? You gotta pay the toll, see? Why should I pay you, Mira? Do you not have jobs? There are plenty of places you could work to get some money. Say that again? Spoiled rotten, never got taught to respect her elders. Let's give her a little lesson, then she'll pay in teeth? I'm gonna say that's probably not a good idea. Do you still want to fight? Or do you just want to come with me to the police station? No, ma'am, we're good. We'll start working tomorrow. Yeah, working real hard. That's hilarious. You beat them up in a flash. You're so cool. I want to be strong like that when I grow up. Oh, that was nothing. I had some help there too. I was just making sure you didn't kill him. Precinct's just over there. Don't want to keep your parents waiting, right? They arrived at the station to find the parents waiting for them. They scooped up the kids with open arms, relief washing across their faces. Feri and Van were showered in thank yous before they made their way out. Thanks for that, Van. You told the parents to come to the station, didn't you? Huh? Don't know what you're talking about there. Sorry. How about you, though? I never pegged you as the type to take initiative like that. You could have just left it to the adults, but nope, you really took the reins there. They kind of reminded me of my own siblings, so I just couldn't leave them alone. Oh yeah, I remember you saying something about that. You got a brother and sister, right? You did kind of give off big sis vibes the way you were helping them. That's embarrassing. I am a big sister, though. My little sister's 10 and my little brother's 8. Well, your mom and pop got busy. Must be hectic growing up in a tribe like that. Me and one of the older children, I would help Yumé around the house, and I'd look after the other kids, too. They'd sneak in combat training whenever I got the time, and sometimes I would sneak a peek at tribal meetings. It's pretty crazy, looking back on it. I didn't get much time to rest because I was always training and helping out. Not to say this job is easy. I'm not slacking, I promise. I'm giving this job my all, just like my training. Don't worry about it. I know you are. And the little ones take it when you left. They cry when old Reliable had to leave the nest. Well, yeah. My older brother left a few years ago himself. He only comes back to visit once a year. He's all by himself out there now. I want to grow up to be like him, so I feel like that's something I gotta do too. That's what I told my younger siblings when I left. But honestly, I still don't know why we need to do this, or why my brother needed to anyway. He could have lent that strength to the tribe and helped us all grow back home. So you never heard why he left? No, but I think Abby knows. He gave him a permission to leave. I just wish he would tell me. Maybe he has his reasons, and maybe when I'm all grown up he can tell me. I've got a long way to go before I can call myself a warrior anyway. So that's my goal. I'm gonna grow strong enough for Abby and my brother to accept me as a real warrior. That's the spirit. She's more responsible than I gave her credit for. Like I'd have to babysit her at the start, but nope. Something wrong, Van? Nah, it's nothing. Anyway, I got these meat bones from the Eastern restaurant over by Tyrell. Want some? How'd you know I was so hungry? I'd love some.
May Arusha grant you her protection, Van.
Support effect +5. Is that Nina?
Thank you, everyone. I love you. I hope we meet again.
You were great today. I can't wait to hear your next song. I'll be back again for sure. Sorry, but I'm done for today. Just here to say I liked your performance. Ever thought of putting a single out? It'd sell like hotcakes for sure. Thanks for the vote of confidence. However, there's no shortage of capable artists out there who can write and perform at my level. The music industry is hard to break into. That's definitely true for no-name artists. But you and I both know your songs would take the world by storm if you used your real name. Let's continue this conversation elsewhere, shall we? I'm surprised you saw through my disguise. I even changed the tone of my voice. How'd you know it was me? Mostly came down to luck. I wasn't 100% sure myself. If I only knew you from your movies, you'd have had me fooled for sure. But I've seen you up close and personal several times at this point. I need to get my act together. Never been found out before now, so maybe I was getting a little careless. So you like doing stuff like this? I do. I enjoy going out in disguise from time to time. It makes it for good practice as well. When I'm on a set, everyone knows I'm playing a part. When I'm out in the wild, I can take on any role I want and no one would know I'm acting. It's made for a fun little hobby. So you're acting on the clock and in your downtime? Talk about being dedicated to your craft. I suppose I just can't get enough of it. Although it mostly stems from a complex I've had since I was a child. I don't exactly have a distinct self. Perhaps that's why I've always wanted to act like someone else and why I ultimately gravitated to acting. Or maybe I just wanted something that helped me avert my eyes from that uncomfortable truth. My motivation for choosing this career path is purely selfish. I'm sure my fans would be let down if they knew. Nah, I wouldn't call it selfish. It's normal to want to change something you don't like about yourself. You think so? I know so. That said, your hobby's only going to get harder the higher up you get on the ladder of fame. But I doubt you need me to tell you that. I know that all too well. Risk of me getting recognized will only grow as I get more famous. But the mounting challenge will only... Wait, yeah, the mounting challenge will only serve to make success all the more sweet. All that talk about you not having a distinct self was a big fat lie. What do you... You said it yourself. The challenge makes success all the more sweet. Those are the words of someone who gets fired up when the odds are stacked against them. That's a pretty unique quality, and it's one that no one I know has. It's not half as unique as your willingness to turn people's words against them. Hey, I'm just trying to help a friend believe in themselves a little. Really though, thank you. I feel better about this now. Glad to help. Please don't tell anyone about this hobby of mine. I'd like it to be our special little secret. She really knows how to knock you off your feet. Guess she ain't an award-winning actress for nothing.
Now, who should I be next? See if you can stop me next time.
Okay. So Nina is also an actress, but she also does music. Okay. So here's the thing. I only got time for 2 of these. I would kind of like to... I could probably do this one, though. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to miss out on these anyway. So I'm going to save real quick. Or at least do another save. And then reload and then do another one. I think probably what I will wind up doing, though, is doing this one next and then reverting out and then going for Sherid. Just because, I don't know. I feel like that's probably... I don't know. We'll see. Hope you're ready, Van. I'm not going to go easy on you. Someone's eager to learn. I'm impressed you want to try it. It's pretty tricky for a kid your age. That's okay. I've watched Grandpa play before. It always looks fun. I figured he might have had something to do with it. I've seen him playing with his buddies before. Why not ask him to teach you instead of me? I'm sure he'd be really happy to do so. Don't worry about it. And I want to play with you, Van. Alright, if that's what you want, we can go around. With that, Van and Yumé started playing. Just the act of teaching Yumé how to move the pieces was a struggle in and of itself, let alone all the other rules and complexities in chess. She'd flicker pieces out of his to knock them down one moment, and the next she'd be trying to use already captured pieces as her own. But Van's patience never wavered. He gently and slowly continued teaching Yumé the rules behind chess in an easy-to-digest way. Oh, is that how you're gonna play? Yep, my house, my rules. My mistake, Your Highness. As long as she's having fun. Little by little, Yumé finally began to grasp the rules. Her tendency to make a move guided just by intuition made her very unpredictable. Your turn, Yums. Who's next? Haven't been playing for long, but her instincts are real sharp already. No hesitation when making a play either. Well, I guess she's still a kid. She's good at catching me off guard. I know, how about this? Take that. Your turn, Van. That's a really good play there, kiddo. Keep this up and you might end up going pro when you're older. Maybe. I'm just glad you're having fun. Huh? Are you not having fun too? I am. I'm having lots of fun. And it's because you are, Van. You've been so happy lately. You're always smiling now that Agnes and Feri and Aaron and Reset are here. What? Was I not happy before that? You ain't wrong, kid. Not a lot to be happy about back when I'd just started. Just a bunch of shady jobs. I was just seeing the worst in people. Thought I knew what I was getting into, but spend too long surrounded by nothing but darkness and you eventually go blind. I don't think I can thank you enough, kiddo. That bright smile of yours was like a lifeline for me, even when everything else in my life was grim. If only you knew how special you are. No wonder your granddad's so crazy about you. Hey, are you listening to me? It's your turn, Van. Come on. Sorry, Yums. Okay, my next move is... Hey, you punk. Don't you think it's about time I had my granddaughter back? It's getting late. Crap, I lost track of time. Sorry, kiddo. Want to finish our match another day. Aw, but I want to keep playing. Okay, I had fun. Look, Grandpa, look. I learned how to play chess. Now we can play together. Ah, that's why she wanted me to teach her. On second thought, I may have been too strict. You can keep playing with our good-for-nothing neighbor, just make sure you don't go to bed too late. Really? Yep, you earned it for making your old grandpa so proud. Just promise to not keep your mom waiting or she might get mad. Yay, I promise. You are such a sucker for Yums. Can't imagine there's much you wouldn't do for her. No one asked you. Let's split into teams, me and Grandpa against you, Van. 2-on-1? That ain't fair, but I'm in. If I get to play your granddad, then that means I don't have to hold back, and I don't think so. Only one of us gets to look good in front of Yumi, and I'm certain you understand who it'll be. 3 of them kept playing deep into the night until an exasperated Paulette finally came to check on them.
More! Teach me more! I can't wait to play.
It's pretty cute. I don't know, she boosts Van's maximum HP to 100. And then he's got a trophy? Raise the connection stage to its maximum level. Oh, okay. Well, let's reload and then we'll go check out Prince Sherid's connection event. Is he hiding in the bushes? Thanks for coming out here. It's been a few hours, yes? Thank you for answering my call. Why are you hiding? This is the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail. Oh, man. I know you're good with arts and everything, but don't you have your right hand with you? Or even just one bodyguard? As I wrote to you, I managed to lose them for a moment. Shall we be off then? Let us share the night as men, savoring all the dazzling delights of Edith's nightlife. Already kind of regretting this. He really is like the Olivier 2, maybe not 2.0, but he's like the new Olivier. Calvard's film culture is truly impressive. Big studio or small, they all manage to release some rather fine pieces of cinema. That ordinary members of the public have places like this that they can visit to enjoy such works is also wonderful. We really must work to further their spread into Elsheim. Wouldn't you agree, Nadja? Yes, our time at the film festival really heightened my appreciation for movies. Well then, now to decide our next destination. Any ideas? Shouldn't we call it an evening, Your Highness? You have meetings with other Calvardian businesses scheduled for tomorrow and beyond, after all. I suppose you're right. Very well. Let's return to our hotel. As you wish, I'll have them send the car too. What is it? What? There's been a collision along our route back? Give me the details. I need to know exactly what's going on. We can't risk exposing His Highness to any potential danger, no matter how slight. A team, go to the scene and report what you find. B team, search for any valuable... He just left, didn't he? So did he cause that distraction? You sure it's okay for you to slip out like that? I guess that's up to you, isn't it? Given the situation, if by some off chance something were to happen to me, I dare say the obvious person to hold responsible would be... Scratch that. I don't just kind of regret this. I want to erase all evidence that this ever happened and then book it out of here. Now, don't be like that. There's no one better to fulfill this role than you. Think of this as a symbol of my trust. Fine. Where do you want to go anyway? Excellent. You're everything I'd hoped for, Van. I've marked a few places I was hoping to visit. The one closest by would be... Blue Score Live House? You want us to go check out some, like, jazz music? Excellent. So this is the rock and roll that's been so popular lately. I dare say the fervor of this music could even sweep me away. We can get closer to the stage. Then let us do so. Hey man, that's a wild getup. And this your first time at a live show? Come on man, get into the rhythm. Just match the energy and go wild. Go wild? So, like this? All he did was he just like put his fists up. Every one of them government suits around these parts think they're so... There's something else, huh? We run the country, that's a bunch of BS, what it is. You're right, yes. Though I'd say that applies to more than just government. The hierarchy breeds haves and have-nots, and this zeitgeist of noblesse obliged still instills some sense of duty among the upper class. Well then, look at fancy pants here. Talking like you know everything. Why don't you go back to looking down on Peasants from here. He's harmless, man. Give him a break. I'll treat you to a round if you look the other way from me. No. Well, there's that guy who knows what's up. Well, this isn't going as smoothly as I'd hoped. Van and Sherid toured some more entertainment venues before heading for the bathhouse to wash off all the sweat and secondhand booze. Of course. This is great. These baths have a different feel to them compared to your average hammam. They're the best place I know for when you need a pick-me-up. I can only imagine what it must be like talking with the big boss. Indeed, I can't go into detail about what we discussed, of course, but one might certainly describe our meeting as taxing, to say the least. I will say, for a man so powerful, he was fairly candid, somewhat anticlimactic, really. But I suppose that's what it takes to win such broad support amongst the public after the distrust garnered following the war and economic crisis. He's a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. I know he's up to something with Renee. Between you and me, I believe my sister would have done a far better job navigating that conversation than I did. I forgot you had a sister. Isn't she a fair bit younger than you? That's right. Though her age belies her intellect, her mind is quite sharp, but unfortunately, her tongue is far sharper. She always feels the need to get a word in edgewise, under the pretext of supporting me as the heir to Elsaim's throne. She and my father, the Grand Prince, both have lofty expectations for me. I hope that when the time comes, I'll be able to meet them. Sounds pretty rough. You've got a lot riding on your shoulders. You're not wrong. I wish to broaden my horizons also I can make Elsaim a nation capable of standing on par with Zemuria's great powers. That's why I decided to come to the Republic. I wanted to study it and take in as much as I could. That was the plan anyway. Despite that, all I did at first was indulge night after night. Not that I didn't enjoy that, mind you. But that free time just left me thinking, what would he say if he were here? What would he do if he was in my shoes? He? Who are you? Oh, you mean that wandering bard, yeah? Clausel knows him. She told me a little about him while we were in Tharbad. He's quite the guy. I got wind of a lot of what he got up to through, Words are hard, y'all. The very same. He traveled the continent from a young age, advocating for harmony between nations. I had the pleasure of meeting him once before. He'd come to visit Elsaim, and I saw firsthand what kind of man he really was. Quite the charmer he is. It wasn't long before I held him in the highest esteem. And that's what I've been chasing this whole time. Following his example, growing and bettering myself for that goal. I fear, however, that I can never measure up to him. He's special in his own right, and I worry I'll never reach the pedestal I put him on. It feels as though I'm following after a mirage in the desert, so tantalizing yet forever just out of my reach. Huh. No offense, but that kind of caught me off guard. Didn't realize you had such deep thoughts. Not like I want to tell you what to do or anything, but it looks to me like you got to start living your own life. My own life? Elaborate. At the end of the day, you got to strive for something more than just being a copycat. Can't always live in his shadow. You're the only one that can choose how to live your life. So what if you get a little lost in that desert? It's not all sand. An oasis will pop up here and there for you to rest when you're weary. And you know how I'm so sure? Because there are suckers like me who choose to be a Spriggan. Now that's a dark and uncertain path. What I'm trying to get at is that there's not just one way to live a life, or achieve a goal. Everyone has their own compass. But what I do know, really, I'm just an outcast, so maybe don't put so much stock in what I have to say. On the contrary, my friend, what you said has done a lot to put my mind and heart at ease. Never thought I'd be taking life lessons from the likes of you. Seems you've perhaps lived a richer life than I first thought. Richer is one way of putting it. Don't know if I agree, though. I'm just a handyman who's been in the business for a while now. A handyman, huh? Handyman like Nayuta? Do you have a nice bath, Your Highness? I've come to pick you up. Well, you finally found me, Naja. Or, knowing you, you probably didn't even lose me in the first place. I'm leaning towards the latter. I definitely found it strange you somehow managed to shake off Zemuria's most fearsome bodyguard. I'll take that as a compliment. Had it been anyone else but you, I wouldn't have allowed him to remain alone. So long as His Highness had a fruitful night out, I suppose it was worth the trouble. There you go. Always a step ahead of me. Thank you, Van. I learned a lot during our rendezvous this evening. I feel as though I've peered a little more into those unknowable depths of yours. I pray you find great success with your assignment in Basel, not only as a client who's retained your services, but as a friend who has bared much to you now, literally and figuratively. Thanks, Your Highness. Promise we'll do what we can to deliver you results. Please tell me Prince Sherid doesn't, like, he better not wind up being a bad guy of sorts. He seems like a pretty chill dude, but I'm worried he might.
One of these days, you'll have to come to Elsheim. My sister and I would gladly welcome you.
I'm worried he might wind up becoming a bad guy at some point. I'm hoping that's not the case. Alright, so we have a new trophy thing, 1 bond maxed, spirit droplet. I think we've got all that stuff there. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, we've used those up. We can't use that, no free time. So let's continue on.
Let's do this.
Alright, is it upstairs or downstairs?
This feels relaxing.
This is 3 Little Pigs. Mom is a really scary wolf. Let's go back to reading the story, please. Diva, more like divine. She can read me a bedtime story. See? See? Even Van is all about Paulette.
What'll it be, hun?
Look, and she's calling him hun. Like, come on. Come on. I am so
See you again.
rooting for these two. Care to join Yumé for some playtime? I'm sure she'd be delighted. I'm good. Kid'll will have me here all night. I got work to do. That's it. Okay. Oh, here's Jin? Gin? Ah, really killing me tonight. You're back again? You really ought to take a break. It isn't that... Oof. Dang it, I hate this aging thing. Pull yourself together, Victor. Long as Yumi's still small enough to fit in my arms, I gotta keep this bistro going. Oh, with an attitude like that, he's set for life. How do I... No, this is what... There we go. Victor's a whiny old coot. Ain't even broke 60 and he's belly aching about his back, the little ninny. And youngsters these days... Well, my dryer's done. It's all cars and trains and public transportation for them. Back in my day, we walked and we liked it. It was good exercise and you didn't need no road or subway line to get where you wanted. Sure, let me just walk to Vantel from here. Not impractical at all when a car can get me there in 3 minutes. You kids in your cars, bah! Bunch of softy drivel turning your legs to mush. You keep driving everywhere and the kids will be able to outrun you. Yep. Gin and Abdullah are definitely me. Alright, let's report these quests.
That's how it goes.
And then we'll finish these off. We don't need to prepare food. We don't need to do that. Yeah, we'll finish nighttime activities. Gonna be another busy day, so I should probably turn in soon. Choosing to finish up for the night will cause all unfinished quests and sub-events to disappear. Yep. No, Agnes is going to go by train, but I should probably get what the prince sent me fitted sooner rather than later. First time doing any major mods to my baby in a while. Might as well have some fun with it. Do we get to modify his truck like we did the SSS's vehicle in Azure? Roughly 2 hours prior. That was another close one. Looks like I made it in time for curfew. Just. I'll have to try and get back to my room without running into the dorm mother. I think Vanna's proving a bad influence on me. I need to keep living my own life and making my own decisions, not letting others make them for me. If I do...
I trust you've made up your mind.
Is that Kincaid?
Yes. I imagine Van will be contacting you with our answer soon.
Excellent. Where you'll be going for your educational visitation is also decided then?
Nothing gets past you, does it?
How does she know? Like, wait a minute, hang on.
Just how much does Dad know? Not just in general, but about the Blacklight District too.
Reports are regularly given to him on pertinent developments, and I have every reason to believe he reads them. As for the place you reference, I will refrain from commenting there.
Everything is being done with Dad's approval, isn't it? That place is meant to serve as somewhere the overly ripened juices from the fruit of our unprecedented prosperity can pool and gel.
That was a lot of big words there.
A place where the malice and desires of a certain subset of the population can be isolated and effectively controlled.
You truly are sharp. And from more than the influence of your new job. There is no resisting blood, I see. Perhaps you might even consider following the path of the McDowell family's young scion.
You talking about Ellie?
Excuse me. Good night.
Agnes, my goodness. Do you realize how close you are to breaking curfew? I'm so sorry for being late.
Perhaps I pushed her a little far. It's a bad habit I have when it comes to Elaine, too. Even if I'd still like to believe I'm better than he is. We won't be able to count on the guild this time. I'll need another play.
He really is a crafty one. But I suppose this is just a message from Adios, telling me to see what's going on for myself. I'll also have to take charge of the younger students. This is going to be busier than a simple tea party.
Tea party, eh? Those are usually explosive. There's a lot of intrigue going on here. And we haven't found out who Agnes' dad is yet, right? Maybe we have. I don't quite remember. There's something up with Agnes for sure. Perhaps we arrived a little early. Odette and Albert are coming from the 10th district, so they should be here before long. I'm really sorry I've asked so much of you. Don't worry though, even though I'll be away from the group, I promise I won't let it affect my work. I never had any doubt. In fact, I've already told the...
Agnes!
They got out of the vehicle super fast.
Early? All ready to head out?
Almost, the others should be. Oh, he's got like a little canopy thing. Mechanic over in Riverside had to lend a hand, but we got her ready in time. If I squint hard enough, I can almost fool myself into thinking it's a limo. The maximum occupancy has been improved from 5 to 8 passengers, and it sports its own onboard computer. We could even fit Agnes and her friends now. I suppose you could. You've been up to some interesting business now, haven't you? Not half as interesting as any trip you're in charge of. On the other hand, it's real reassuring to know you'll be around in Basel. You know, just in case. I could say the same of you. Why do you seem to know each other so well? We have a little history together, you see. Oh no. Ding ding, another challenger enters the ring. We're talking about 5 years ago here. Stop being such a tease. Oh dear, how cold of you. I'm not going to get a real answer to this, am I? Regardless, what are you all doing here? Oh, right. Hey, Reset. This is for you, Miss Claudel. There are sandwiches for breakfast as well as some coffee. Victor and Paulette asked us to give it to you. They made more than enough for your friends to have some too. How thoughtful of them. I concur, and it smells wonderful too. Knowing the chef, it's sure to be great. What's going on here? Oh geez, Albert. Calm down, we've got sandwiches for you. Had to get in a heartfelt goodbye before you left? Don't make too much of a show of it, you two. No way, she really does have a boyfriend at her job? No, she does not. Please, everyone, this is a misunderstanding. We'll go ahead and get out of your hair now.
See you again in Basel, Agnes. Race you there.
Right. Travel safely, everyone.
So we don't get to customize Van's ride, but I mean, it's pretty cool
The
though.
long-distance passenger train to Basel, Provence de Auge, will soon be departing.
How do I know that's not that one girl that's like dressed in black, has the French accent?
Passengers en route to Altair or Crossbell will be transferring at Marthe.
Ooh, I just can't wait. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that the Republic's high-tech engineering city? That's right. According to Travel Guide, it even has something called an aerotram. So, if I may ask, Agnes, what exactly were you and that man talking about? Come on, the train is departing, so let's get a move on.
She noticed me. No doubt about it.
What was her name? McCallum something? Or is it Michaela? I don't know, she was in Cold Steel, wasn't she?
Former enforcer of the Society and the adopted daughter of the Liberalian Royal Army's commander. Her presence in the Republic clearly isn't a coincidence. Neither the division chief nor Kincaid have any idea what the current administration is up to. Regardless, I will fulfill my duty and see that his ideals are not in vain.
And away they go. All right, time for a little road trip. I gotta be honest, I really look forward to these little road trip things in the chapters. So it'll be interesting, like, kind of how this, like, are we gonna get time with Agnes and Ren, or, okay, so we're gonna be with Van and them, okay. This backseat is the life. 8 might be a tight fit, but I could spend a night here for sure. I swear to Adios, if you get dirt on that seat, take off your shoes or something. It's a shame Agnes couldn't come with us. It's not the same without her. Don't worry, I'm sure she'll have a chance to try out the upgraded backseat soon enough. Even though there's less space for cargo, the computer still fits snugly. Yeah, it kind of scares me how that Crown Prince knew how to pick such a perfect gift. Word to the wise, don't ever get in debt to people like that. He says while having the time of his life installing that very same gift. It is weird though, it feels like he's using both us and the guild depending on what he wants to do. Unrelated, but what's Basel like? I've never been, not even for an operation. Couldn't say I'm the biggest expert myself, but I have been there a few times for jobs. Located down in southwest Calvard on the walls of Og Canyon? I don't know. It's a haven of learning and industry. The Institute of Science and the Artisanal District have been around since the Middle Ages. Indeed, alongside those two areas is Newtown, which houses Vern at its center. It sprung up when one of Professor Epstein's 3 disciples brought in advanced technology. Oh, I know, that was Professor Hamilton from the Central East, wasn't it? Because who were his disciples? There was Tita's grandfather, Russell. And there's LaToya Hamilton. Oh, I'm blanking on the second one. It's Schmidt from Cold Steel. Anti-immigrant sentiment wasn't quite as strong. Professor Hamilton's proposal was quickly accepted by the Institute of Science in the Artisanal District. Excuse me. And so, 45 years ago, the Institute of Science and the Artisans Guild came together to establish the Vern Company. They then went on to further orbital technology in new, innovative ways. Right, like how Calvard and the Vern Company were the first to develop orbital cars. That eventually led to the 4 big car manufacturers being established as affiliated companies. And while Calvard, dude, those sandwiches are thick, dude. Look at those the slices of bread. I just now noticed those. And while Calvard pioneered orbital cars, the Empire was the first one to develop orbital trains, and Liberal the first to develop orbital airships. It's amazing the kinds of things a little research uncovers about the history of something so commonplace. All good to know, too. I'll have to keep it all in mind for my report. And we're not even done, because all that links to the development of films. Isn't this all a bit too simple for a topic? No, don't be like that. Oh, to be a student again, when I was their age. Wait, I'm only 21, I'm not an old pile of bones yet. No, once you hit 20, you're old. You're old. The war 2 years ago and the lead up to it was a big turning point in tech across the continent too. Major powers were locked in a heated arms race with each other. The Empire even ended up creating these giant robots. Those Panzer Soldat things. Yeah. I've seen them in person before and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Wars accelerate the birth of new technology, and that new technology in turn spurs on yet more wars. Liberal's airships are an excellent example of that, since they were first developed in response to a war between it and the Empire. Anyway, it's pretty clear tech-wise that the Empire was ahead of the Republic during the war. Calvard's back on top now, though. Yeah, the reparations and desire to not be won up by the Empire again more than fueled that fire. That's what inspired our Zyphas and the installation of the orbital network all across the country. Word is our military weaponry got a massive overhaul in store soon, too. And the one aggressively advancing all that is our hot president, Roy Gramhart. It's funny hearing you say it out loud, but yeah, he is pretty hot for his age, huh? He's become a big name even in the Empire, for a variety of reasons. I'm sure. Well, that just goes to show how big a deal he is on the international scale. Yeah, for how difficult things were at the end of the war, he's done a pretty stellar job of steering our ship. It is true that the current government is handling things extremely well, but that's more because... Either way, large influxes of mirror and major changes on the world stage often manifest as distortions in society. I don't know whether that fact's got anything to do with what we're going to investigate.
But try to sniff around for signs of trouble while we're there, right?
Bingo.
This perfect thing shown when we were talking about the place. We already know there's trouble going in.
We will be on the lookout for anything we can glean regarding the many major ongoing projects in the city, as well as ready to sniff out any significant groups and organizations that may be at work.
Right. Together with Agnes, too.
I didn't even have to say anything, huh? Yeah, you're right on. Alright. I'm real curious what's going to happen in Basel. Like, what are we going to find here? I know, obviously, play Trails will find out, but it's real, interesting. I don't think anyone drives as good as you, Reset. You know just how to make those little subtle moves to work with the flow of traffic. Yeah, never seen anyone drive so straight. Why, thank you very much. Of course you've got an international license. What did I expect? I know I'm a perfect 5 on the driving scale, but I don't mind leaving the work to a solid 3 like you. Better you than the 2 over here. Yeah, she's pretty... Wait, am I the 2? That's right, Chief. Better get your act together. Don't you worry, though. You ever really want to make her scream, I'm here. You... I don't think you can satisfy my girl with how rough you handle. Mr. Way, Mr. Arkride, a child is present. Wonder what Agnes is up to. Let's find out. Is that like her diary or something? Your great-grandfather left that behind, yes? Must be very precious to you if you even brought it for a visitation. It's no exaggeration to say that I am who I am because of this. Though recently it's given me an awful lot to think about. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't seem to me like you have any regrets about it, at least. You're right, I don't. Someone told me that I make the calls on what I want to do with my life. Maybe I haven't made all the right ones, but even so, my world has truly broadened, and I've gotten to know so many wonderful people. I've come to know the nation of my birth from angles I never thought possible, and thanks to that, I'm now beginning to see how I should face the man moving this country forward. Not even trying to hide it, are you? Wasn't it supposed to be a secret to everyone but these two? True, it was. But I don't know, I get the feeling it's fine if you know too. Ever since meeting you in April, you've been so kind to me. You're the one who connected me to Van, so... Oh, I see now. You pushed me to use the Orbital Net specifically so I'd find his office, didn't you? Bingo. If it matters, we hadn't seen each other since we first met for a request 5 years ago. He wasn't even aware that I had come to Calvard as a foreign exchange student. Doesn't matter, of course, but then why did you take his arm like that? To see your reaction. I can't believe you.
But really, I like hearing how you got to know him. He must have been so kind to you back then, huh?
How did you know?
Well, because you introduced me to him. You're always looking out for us, Ren. So I know you would never steer any of us in the direction of someone you didn't truly trust.
Well, okay, you got me there. He was very kind, yeah. The one who gave me the push to go from being Kitty to who I am today. He had just started out as a Spriggan, and he wasn't the most sensitive or competent. But he stayed with me, struggled with me, and showed me a path to the people I love most in this world.
Wow, I had no idea. I guess Van's always been Van. So after you met him, you were able to reunite with your loved ones?
That's right, and they're why I'm here now. They're the ones who encouraged me to study abroad, so it's thanks to them that I was able to meet all of you. And through some twist of fate, I accepted the position of Student Council President and am now heading up this little trip. You really never know where fate will take you.
Tell me about it.
Does he still obsess over sweets, by the way? I also remember him going on and on about cars.
Oh boy. If anything, he's an even bigger fiend about them than he was before. At least, according to someone who knows him much better than I do, he is.
Ah, the resident A-rank. Seems like they have quite the sordid relationship. Just what exactly is going on between them? I know you've got to be curious.
Not at all. Though, I, might have a small idea.
Crap. It'd be weird if we woke up now. Plus, I want to hear more of what Ren has to say. Kinda seems like Agnes needs a little boost from us. So we better do what we can to be there for her.
I still refuse to acknowledge that guy and his operation as legitimate. But since we're going to the same place, I'm happy to keep an eye on her as her friend.
So, Van must have met Ren shortly after Trails in the Sky the Third then. Kind of in between that and the Crossbell games.
Our next stop is Basel, Provence de Auge, the terminus of this express line.
No? Maybe it was between Sky Second Chapter and the Third then. I don't know.
Please ensure you have all your belongings with you when disembarking the train.
Oh.
But did they make it sound like Agnes's dad is the president? Or am I just misinterpreting some line of text there?
Finally.
We're getting close.
Nice.
Obviously, play Trails to find out. You know, if they didn't say that, you know, don't comment it down below, but...
That's the exit right there.
This is pretty cool. This kind of reminds me of, oh, what town was it in Cold Steel that,
Oh, Van, just look at this.
like where the Rhineford group was?
This place. What a wild sight.
On the left is Newtown. Off to the right is the Artisanal District.
This looks a little more like...
And up top is the Basel Institute of Science.
A little more advanced.
Gonna be going around till we hit the parking lot in front of Vern HQ. Time for us to have a chat with the CEO.
This is gonna be a fun place to explore. Amazing. I can't believe this city exists in the middle of a ravine. Vern HQ. I knew it was big, but seeing it up close is just redonkulous. Oh, and is that the aerotram I spy with my little eye? Wow, those are markedly different from the trams in Heimdall. Yo, this place is legit. Mad respect. Skippity Ohio Riz. This looks to be a showroom floor for car. Oh, we're definitely going there. That sounds right up Van's alley. All right, everyone, let's get checked in at the hotel first. Once we drop off our bags, we can go pay the fine people of the Vern Company a visit. Yeah, Van's totally gonna check out that car showroom building. Oh, Van's one of those people who parks his truck in reverse. Like he backs up into a parking spot. So that's why they call it a planned city. They developed the whole thing in big chunks. Whoa, the HQ's bigger than anything I've seen in the capital. Fitting for the Republic's largest private company. And I believe that hotel over there is where the students from Aramis are staying. Oh yeah, we're staying in different places. Of course, yo Van, we're in the Artisanal District, right? Van? What's he looking at? Motor Pavilion? Right, should have figured he'd get sidetracked by big wheels, and he calls me a kid. Don't knock it till you've tried it. Looks like a nice little place. I'll take you there later if you want. For now, though, let's get down to business. He's got a good eye. Small wonder that he's connected to the chief. At any rate, I need to focus on my work.
This place is quite nice. Very calm and tranquil.
I think plain's the word you're looking for. Would it kill them to glitz up the joint a little?
Yeah, it's a little bland. Welcome to the Vern Company. What brings you here today? We're Arkride Solutions from the capital. We're here on an official request from Elsame. Ah, good. Mr. Towson has been expecting you. Or is it Towson? It's probably Towson. Take the elevator on your left to the meeting room. It's on the 20th floor. And this was the guy from the opening cinematic, right? Of this chapter? Yeah, there he is. There's our soon-to-be new party member. Bill Towson.
Arkride Solutions. So you're the investigators that Elsime hired.
Pretty much. They asked us to look into the various problems that have hit Basel.
Putting their noses where they don't belong.
Okay.
It's nothing. Let me get straight to the point. Any concern is unfounded. We have everything under control.
Do you now? If you could please explain. First, regarding the instability of the orbital net within the city, it was discovered that it was a simple matter of heavy traffic on the net. And just like with our orbital distribution network, the problem has been solved. Isn't that so?
Yes, generally speaking. The maximum delay of 8.3% is down to 0.35% as of this morning.
That does sound like a big drop, yeah. You've still got that 0.35% hanging around, though. Ideally, that should be zero, yeah? Smells to me like there's still some stuff to figure out there. And that ain't the only issue you're dealing with, is it? What about the swell of visitors buzzing around the city? Is that not obvious? Basel is the beating heart of Calvard's industrial sector, home to my Vern Group and nearly 100 partners and subsidiaries. That's thousands upon thousands of employees, contractors, managers, all acting of their own accord. New hires from all over come in every day. So naturally the city appears busy. An influx of visitors, particularly at this time of year, is nothing to fret over. Even bad faith visitors? Spies are all the rage these days, you know. I'm not sure what you've heard out there, but I'd advise against parroting such unsubstantiated claims. Your evidence, please. Though we've yet to investigate this issue, your dodging of the question implies you also lack the evidence to prove or deny the allegations. That's what we're here for, Mr. Towson, to conduct this investigation on your behalf. So yeah, if we find anything, and I do mean anything, we'll let you know. Fine, do what you will. Squabbling further over this would be a waste of time. Silesian? Probably Silesian. D rank ID certification. Oh yeah, I heard about these. These are temporary issue security cards for visitors such as yourselves. The city implemented them last year. With these, you're free to use the Aerotram to travel to Newtown and the Artisan. Okay, I know I've been like throwing out the whole like, are they a robot? Are they a robot sort of thing a lot, but like, is he a robot? Part machine, part human? Is he a Terminator? You can't take the upper level Aerotram to the Institute of Science, however. Huh? Why not? Wait, hold up. Appreciate it. We'll go and get to work then. Wait, given our public position, we have to make sure the Principality saves face. I personally don't think this warrants an investigation by the likes of you. We nevertheless prepared a point of contact for you. Quatre? Oh, Silesian is his last name.
My name is Catra Silesian. I'm an assistant at the Institute of Science.
What do you say it was? Catra?
My name is Catra Silesian. I'm an assistant at the Institute of Science. My name is Catra Silesian. I'm an assistant at the Institute of Science.
Catra Silesian?
My name is Catra Silesian. I'm an assistant at the Institute of Science.
Catra? Dude, the English language is stupid sometimes.
I have other business to attend to, so I can't always provide you with support. But should you have any questions, you're welcome to contact me.
I wonder what he's listening to on them headphones. What do y'all think he's listening to?
Contact information exchanged.
Huh. That's an unusual holo.
Nah, don't worry about that. Actually, if you don't mind me asking.
Yes?
No, it's just, don't take this the wrong way, okay? I was just wondering what pronouns to use for you.
Huh?
No, because he doesn't... Does he think Catra's a girl? Are you out of your mind? Catra's very pretty, but he doesn't really have a female physique.
Of course I don't! I'm a guy!
It just makes me think of Steins Gate. When, when the main character is talking about... I can't remember the character's name, but the one that's at the shrine. And it's like something... Like, he's going through all these different adjectives, and it's like the embodiment of grace. A dude. Look, seriously, I'm sorry. You're about 14 or so, give or take. At that age, I figured it was possible you could be either. You must have skipped more than a few grades if you're an assistant at the institute.
I suppose you could say that. I'm actually 15, by the way. But I guess it's fine. Sometimes people do get the wrong idea from afar.
I wasn't sure at first what the way his coat covers him either. Yeah, but who makes the mistake as close as he is? Man, I sure as crap do not want to get old. Enough. If you're all done, then please get out of here. I'm a busy man. After this, Mr. Towson, sir, the students from Aramis Academy have arrived. Oh, I thought this was Towson talking. So, Leeson, I'll be counting on you yet again. You're staying for 3 days, yes? Good luck clearing out the gutter, so to speak. We know from the opening cinematic this dude is in on it. Not even trying to be subtle. It's a real pain in the butt, but that makes it easier for us to move around at least. It works for me. Now you're starting to get it. Oh, shut up. He said there were no problems, but he certainly didn't act like that was the case. Agreed, he might not have the answers, but he most certainly has cause for concern, or at least that is how it appeared to me. I don't believe it will be easy to get anything out of him. I don't believe any part of this is going to be easy. I'll have to tackle it from a few different angles. No. Aren't they? They were in front of Central Station this morning. So he really is Agnes' boyfriend from her part-time gig? Lyle, I told you that's not true. Right, my bad. How's it going, good students? We're just here. Gosh dang it, Van. How do you do, fellow youths? That's literally the vibe I'm getting from this. Good luck with the whole school trip thing. I know I'm in her corner. I still want no part in any of this. You're welcome, students of Aramis. Right this way. I'm still curious. Doesn't Catra have like a robo dog? Or something like that? I'm super curious to see how that character plays. Also, I can see it now. People probably throw a fit like, oh my gosh, Van asked Catra what his pronouns are. It's like... It's not that big of a deal. Like, it was kind of funny. So wait, they got a C rank certification ones and we got D rank? So you'll have to access to the Institute and the Aerotram. So we can ride the Aerotram as much as we want? And we can visit the Institute of Science? This will help our reports big time. Then each group is free to do what they want. We'll meet back up at the hotel lobby around 6:30. Remember, you'll be punished if you're late. Yes, ma'am. You won't catch me being late. Straight skibbity Ohio Riz, my guy. Ren's the Sigma. Hey, now don't threaten the first years. Anyway, let's make sure this visit is a fruitful one. Let's get moving, underclassmen. And I'll leave you all to it. If you need anything at all, just contact me via the number I gave you. See you... Hold on a second, Catra Silicin. I've heard quite a few things about you, like how you're the professor's favorite student. Ren? Wait, then... You see, I'm a foreign exchange student from Liberl, so we just so happened to have met through a contact at ZCF. We had quite the wonderful chat after she read all of my past papers. ZCF? I met both Professor Russell and his daughter, so... Wait, papers? Don't tell me you're... Oh, never you mind that. To circle back to my original point, I have a request to ask of you. My friend here will be operating on her own. Could I ask you to take her to the artisanal district for me? Ren.
I see. So you're already getting a move on then.
Aw, and I was hoping we could hang out for a little bit too.
Sorry for deciding this on my own, you two.
Nah, it's fine. We've got 3 whole days, right? And you'll be back come nighttime anyway. We'll be counting on one heck of a report.
Just be careful, okay?
Of course. Is this, perhaps related to... In any event, I don't mind. I just so happen to have business in the artisanal district, so it works out. I'll show you the way. Agnes Claudel. I'm a first year at Aramis Academy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Likewise.
Catra. Do you think Agnes is cute?
Well.
Yeah, yep. Everybody else is picking up on it. That's funny. Anya says she'll be here in about 15 minutes. That's surprisingly quick. I was about to suggest we get started if she was going to be much longer. Alright then, while we're waiting, it's in Gaddon time. Wait, what did he say? Gotta order ahead of time so we can dig in as soon as Agnes gets here, of course. I thought so. Real slick. Shall we order one along with some coffee then? Oh, is that like a type of food? Probably is.
Then I'm counting on you to lead the way, Mr. Silesian.
Silesian. What did I say earlier? Dude, these names, I can't remember. I'm bad at these names.
Of course. Happily. Once we catch the Aero Tram, we'll be at the artisanal district in no time at all. By the way, you're older than me, aren't you? Mr. might be a little stiff. You can just call me Catra, if that's all right.
You don't mind? Then Catra it is.
Are they going on a date?
Oh, but I'm only older than you by a year, so I don't want you to be too stiff with me either. Why don't we talk like we're old friends?
Okay. I'll keep it casual then. I get the feeling you're always told to loosen up a little more.
That's right. My friends never let me hear the end of it, but I can't help the way I talk. I know I'm repeating myself, but it really is a pleasure, Catra.
Same to you. Now, should we get going?
Okay, cool. Now we get to run around as, oh, just Agnes, I guess. Okay, cool. All right, y'all, for this episode, I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to save, and then we will pick it back up in the next episode. So, pretty cool stuff. We're in Basel. We're going to check it out. We're going to explore a little bit later on and kind of see what we got going on here and see what we can uncover. But until then, y'all, thank you for watching this video. Hit the like button if you like this video. And until next time, happy trails.